And today on the menu, coffee, scrambled eggs. Oh yeah, baby. See how it's kind of droopy? Isn't she beautiful? Well, got some decent cooked coals going. Just waiting for my water to boil. Got my handy dandy bush stool there for when I'm cooking. And today on the menu, corned beef hash, coffee, scrambled eggs. I'm sparing no expense this breakfast. I'm starved. I wish I had a bigger pot to boil water in, honestly, with a bigger handle and no plastic parts, so I got to worry about keeping it out of the fire. Maybe for my next trick, I'll build a little hanger where I can hang my pot from. Alright, I think my water is almost boiling, so we're going to start off with some coffee. I got my powdered creamer. I honestly like the taste of powdered creamer. And I recently got this titanium spoon fork. These things are awesome. I don't like having to carry around three pieces, you know, 3 pieces of silverware. A little bit of sugar. Come on, water. Waiting for water to boil. I absolutely hate it. I got water purification tablets for like emergencies, but I haven't tried them. I heard they make the water taste nasty, so I haven't been too keen to try them. Almost there. Didn't I build myself a stool so I didn't have to sit here and crouch? Pretty sure I did. The sad thing is, I'm probably going to need another pot of that to boil just so I can get something to drink, unless I want to drink just out of the stream, and I haven't decided that I want to do that yet. I got to figure out how to make these eggs see. Open package, tear it notch, remove and discard oxygen absorber. Oh man, they put an oxygen absorber in there? One cup of water. Oh, you do it right in the pouch. Do not eat. Alright, that's a good idea. Here comes a whole slew of hikers. Water's boiling. How am I supposed to measure 1 cup without my cup? Shoot. Man. I don't know, it's probably close to 1 cup. I'd say let's zip it up, call that good for a minute, and we'll see. Oh, I'd say just stir. That's stirred enough. Wait 5 minutes, stir again and reseal, and let stand 4 minutes. Alright. Hope I didn't add too much water. It's coffee time. This is actually a cup, so I could have used that to measure with. Time for the hash. Before I lose all my coals. There's going to be a lot of hash. I'm going to have leftovers for sure. Oh yeah, baby. That is pure energy right there. And soon to be a little ash to go with it. All right. I shouldn't have put the creamer in first because it looks like the bag absorbed half my creamer. It's alright, I'm sure it'll still be good. Wow. check on my eggs. Still seeing kind of watery. Ew. I don't know about that. I think I'm just going to leave them open. After I dump some of that water out, I'll leave them open and let them steam out. Oh, that's sticking. Sticking a little bit. When I'm cooking this at home, I like it when it browns up and like sticks to the Teflon, and then you like scoop it all up and it's got that brown crispy on it. Oh, that's good. Well, you can see by those Mountain House meals are high priced. That is, those are some really good scrambled eggs. They taste really buttery, and they got like little bits of bacon in them. Look at that hash sizzle. Smells really good too. Got my coffee, scrambled eggs, soon to be my hash. Oh, I'm gonna eat like a king. In fact, I'm pretty sure that hash is just about ready, so rather than make you watch me eat, I'm just gonna sit in my little stool and enjoy my breakfast. Well, it's about 1:30 now. As you can see, it turned absolutely gorgeous out. Now that it's not like bitter cold out anymore, I find myself wondering what can I do, and One of the things I thought of was my sleep last night. I kept having to adjust because I wasn't very comfortable. So I was thinking, let me flip this camera around. So I was thinking, see how I got this stick right here propping up that little spot? If I put one over here, see how it's kind of droopy? If I lift this up, hold on, let me get my finger out of the way. If I lift maybe this one up, that might give me enough room to lay more with my head over here and my feet here, because last night I laid with my head there, my feet here, like that. So I think if I lay this way, I'll be a little bit more comfortable. And it'll keep the end of my sleeping mat. So you can see the end is there. I got it covered up with a tarp just so no sparks land on it now. But if I kind of put the head there and the feet down where my backpack are, I think I'll be more downhill and I'll get a more comfortable night's sleep. Just got to lift up this side a little bit to give me the room I want. And then from there, I guess it's just get some firewood. I mean, it's not a huge issue because it's only getting down to like 32 to 35 at night. My sleeping bag is actually rated for like anything warmer than 32, and you're uncomfortable. So I'm pretty good between 32 and 0 without a fire. So yeah, I'm gonna prop that side up, and then I'll probably use the other camera to take you guys hunting for firewood with me. Isn't she beautiful? The all new, roomy and spacious Tarp. Complete with bathroom. Now that's nice. I like that. That's nice and open. It's high. Lots of headroom. I'm definitely happy with that. I just want to take a nap, honestly. After all that eating, I'm pretty tired. Where's my water? Man, look at that stream. This is definitely a cool spot. I knocked down quite a bit of firewood over there. Stuff that was just kind of leaning along the bank, I pushed it down. So now I guess take another little break. And then I'll take you guys with me to get some firewood. Well, I lied. I didn't take you guys gathering firewood with me, but I got quite a bit. I'll show you. So I temporarily moved my fire here just to minimize the chance of any sparks going in my shelter when I really don't need to take that risk, you know? But I got this monster here I flipped out of this little catch-all here in the stream. But it was all dry. I got a big pile over there. And I've got a bunch here that it's pretty punky. Well, most of it is pretty punky, but it's still pretty good wood. I'll burn that, you know, until it's nighttime and I need to stay warm. That'll be my day burn stuff, you know. Sun's getting low. It'll be dark pretty soon. But at least it's staying light out, you know, a little bit longer now that it's not winter. It's at the end of March. I'll tell you, this little, it's got like a water slide up there. Say if my daughter was with me, I'd put her on like a boat cushion or something, walk up to the top and just send her down. We used to do that at a spot. It was actually way steeper than this though. And you could just ride right down it on a boat cushion, and a lot of people did. It was a trip to get there though. You can see there's still some ice here in the little coves and everything, but plenty of water. I'll tell you, every time I would go to cut wood, like a big log, I'd get all nervous, like, oh man, now is when DEC is going to show up and tell me I got to leave after I've done all this work gathering firewood. And that was a lot of sawing, because I wanted to get the really good dry wood into short enough sections where, you know, I could split it. Because this pit, you know, that's kind of small. And I don't need a big fire because the heat will go in there. So yeah, nothing left to do now, but... Oh, and I did a little repair work on my Bushcraft stool. I pointed this leg a little more. Tweaked how those wires on the top were and everything, so it's actually working pretty good now. But that thing has been the bane of my existence, trying to get it to hold me and just be able to sit and relax. You know, I wanted to point out too, the reason that Bushcraft stool there was so important to me was because at the end of the night, you know, I've been hustling all over the place trying to gather firewood, get set up. I'm on my feet the whole time, bending over, sawing, breaking logs. I'm always bending over, you know. So when at the end of the night, when I sit down, the fire you know, it wants your constant attention. It's like a little kid, you know. Every 5 minutes you got to get up, tweak it so it stays burning right, doesn't get too smoky. But if you're sitting on the ground, believe me, it takes a lot of work to keep getting up and getting up and getting up when you're just sore and you're drained and you just want to sit, you know. So that's why I'm really glad I got that, to at least where I don't have to constantly get up off the ground. Here I am sitting here explaining the advantages of a chair. Like, people don't know that. Come on. But another thing too, I've resorted to just drinking the water out of the stream. That's good water. But obviously you wouldn't taste, you know, Giardia or Cryptosporidium or anything like that. So it could still taste crystal clear, but I'm taking a risk, you know, but I'll be home where I could get treatment in a couple days. So for me, it's not that big of a risk. It would be unpleasant if I got it, but I'm pretty confident that the water up here is pretty clear and clean. There's not much wildlife, you know. Some deer here and there, bears, and then other than that, I mean, you got maybe some raccoons. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I don't even see squirrels and chipmunks out here, to be honest with you. I was gonna bring my little crossbow just to, in case I saw like a rabbit or something, I could pop it and eat it, cook it up, bushcraft style, but I don't see anything. So I'm sawing up some wood here, and I just got to a couple long pieces that I pulled literally out of the water. The thing was half just kind of bobbing there in the water. But when I see a piece of wood with most of the bark stripped off, I like to check it out, right? So here, look at this. So this is a piece of one of the ones I pulled out of the water. I mean, it's definitely wet, right? But when you saw into it, I mean, that's whoops. I mean, that's pretty solid compared to like this punky wood, you know, and this was just dead standing. I mean, that's and that was found standing up, dead. Big difference. So yeah, moral of the story, just, you know, just because the wood was in the water, it's not like it hits the water and it's like, oh, it'll never burn now. A lot of times, you know, it takes a while for that to really start rotting. Just needs to dry out on the outside. Well, it's coming together. The sun's pretty much down. It's getting a little dusky. Just taking a hydration break. But I've done a lot of work with the firewood because I remember, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, I looked at the weather for this weekend before I came out, and I saw back then it said Friday was like, you know, it was going to be a wash, completely wet. So I figured I was either going to have to set up or break down in the rain. But the rain Friday, yesterday when I got here, it wasn't that bad. Like, it was threatening to be, but it never really let loose. And then today was gorgeous, so I don't know what's up with that. It was supposed to rain all weekend. Tomorrow, I pulled up, I had service probably about 20 minutes before I got here, you know, while I was driving. I lose service about 20 minutes before I get to this parking lot at the trailhead. But anyway, my phone had saved the weather data from that time, and it shows a 60% chance basically tomorrow is going to be a wash. So that's why I'm doing so much work on the firewood. I'm trying to, you know, not have to be out there gathering as much firewood when it's all rainy. And I'm going to want a fire because I'm not going to be much to do besides sit in my shelter and stare at the Caveman TV. I don't know, maybe I'll whittle a horse head. No, I won't. I can't. Well, never say you can't. You can do anything you put your mind to. But at my current skill level, I doubt it would look like a horse. Let's just say that. Probably come out, I don't know, just looking like a crooked tree. But here, I'll show you what I've done with firewood. So directly in front of me, we have a buffet of punky wood that's going to burn on the punk pit here. This is good wood that was wet on the outside. That's some of the stuff I pulled out of the water. But the inside's solid, so I'm just drying out the outside on that. Over here, more stuff for the punk pit, just smaller diameter. In the back, we have a couple other punky ones just kind of drying out. I got 3 big punky ones left to saw up, except this one, you can see this one right here. There's some good wood in there, and the middle, oh, excuse me, the middle of that is dry. So, I mean, throw that in a pit, it'll burn. And that'll burn for a long time too. That'll make some nice coals. And then over at my fire pit by my shelter, I got my my nice little 1-inch diameter stuff kindling for when I transfer this fire over here, and my burn pile for like real fuel wood. These two set aside because I'll probably split those up, because as you can see I don't have a lot of small ones, but then again you can always get little pickers just walking around, you know, they're all over on the ground out there. But it's usually the big fuel wood that I have a hard time getting enough of. But you need these small 1-inch ones to keep it going. Honestly, if I had my way, all I would ever have for firewood is 1-inch pieces and 3-inch pieces. That'd be perfect. You don't have to split 3-inch, and with that combination, the 1-inch will keep the 3-inch burning a long time. Now, if you want to, you know, have a fire to last all night, like if it's going to be cold and you got to stay warm, I recommend, you know, something like this, a good 6-8 inches. And just do what I'm doing, kind of feed it in from the front. That'll come with me over to my pit over here when I'm ready to move over there. But you know, it's funny, it was so windy last night, and I was so worried about the sparks flying everywhere. Now it's like I'm throwing nothing but punky old wet nasty wood on there, and it's just nice, calm, lazy fire, no crackling or popping. I'm like, what the heck? Now that I move it, and it took me forever to get this stupid fire going, by the way, because I barely had any coals in the other one, but now I get it over here and there's no popping or sparks. So my stuff probably would have been safe, but whatever, I'll just move it back. So that's my late afternoon so far in a nutshell. I don't know, I guess I do have to do my dishes at some point. I have a little bit left of that corned beef hash. I even got a little bit of these scrambled eggs left. I was thinking of just picking at these cold. I can reheat the hash fairly easy. It's still in the fry pan. Just hold it over the heat, warm it up. That's good. I'm more concerned with how I'm going to get the crusty out of there. The burnt on stuff. I guess I'll try a stick. I'll make like a wooden spatula. That's something I could do while I'm sitting here. Make a little wooden spatula, and I can use that to scrape without scratching the stainless steel up. Because the more you scratch it, the more stuff sticks. I wonder how titanium is with food sticking to it. I know it's expensive only because of how light it is, and it's titanium. But I wonder how food is with sticking to it when you cook in it. Well, maybe one day I'll be able to afford a titanium bush pot, which I do need a new bush pot. This little thing is not cutting it. It's just too small. So I've been wanting a new one, but they're not cheap, you know, even for stainless. For a good sized bush pot, they're not cheap. And you want to make sure you got utensils to go inside them. You don't just want a big empty space. So you want stuff that fits in it, but then when you get into buying a kit, that gets really expensive. So I don't know, we'll see. Which brings me to the April giveaway. It's coming up. April's almost here, if it's not here yet. No, it's not April yet. But anyway, yeah, April giveaway. I have compasses. I'll show you these things after my trip. The only thing I actually have on me that I could show you is the compass. I was hoping to have ferro rods too, but they never shipped them to me yet. Said they're out of stock. But they're nice hexagon ferro rods. But I do have some round ferro rods. So I might give away a ferro rod. Oh, and some ties. These cordage, they're like assists. I could have used some actually here trying to tie up my tarp. Oh, that was a nightmare. I just could not remember how to do a trucker's hitch. And I'm so frustrated at myself because I practiced it. But anyway, I have these little things that are perfect for like bank line and paracord. They're really good for, you know, helping you tie your different types of knots. You can get creative with them, and honestly, the more knot knowledge you have, the more you can really do with these things. I was gonna bring a couple, but I was like, I don't need them. I practice my knots. Famous last words. But so yeah, I'm gonna give a few of those away, maybe like a set of 6. And I think I might have 1 or 2 more prizes in store, but I'm gonna keep those as a surprise. So stay tuned, and I'll tell you more about the April giveaway soon. So I've kind of been putting off doing this. If you guys remember, when I was trying to get that fire going with the ferro rod, I took out some of my char cloth and char punk wood that I had in there, and used that. And I was just popping off this dry stuff here, all this punk, and I was thinking just now, that'd be perfect to fill the char cloth tin with. Because I mean, it already takes a spark like crazy. Watch this. It's right there on top. Once it's dry, I mean, it goes right up. So if I char that, that'll make some really nice char material. And I got plenty of it to harvest, that's for sure. I've been throwing it in the fire, but... And see, as punky as that wood is, that's all dry. It's like lumber. So yeah, I'm just separating good wood from the bad, burning the bad. I haven't made dinner yet, but... Or cleaned my dishes. Ah, geez, I gotta do that. Alright, I'll get back to you. I tell you, I could almost kill somebody right now for a bowl of chocolate ice cream. Oh. Some of you that are my friends know that I recently had a little issue that sent me to the hospital. And ever since then, I've been craving sugar, like it's going out of style. And it just, you know, I packed my bag for my next trip a month ago. So I didn't even think about sugar. I just thought about, you know, high carbs, proteins, fats, high energy food. But man, what I wouldn't do for like just a packet of hot cocoa right now. Like, oh, some hot cocoa would be so good. I'm about to raid those little sugar packets that I got from my coffee and just eat them. I used to be the person that you could never get to eat anything sweets, like, you know, cakes at birthdays. I was always the one who wouldn't eat cake. Everybody's like, come on, you gotta try the cake. I was always the one who wouldn't eat it. After Thanksgiving, everybody brings their desserts. Oh, you gotta try my dessert. You gotta try my dessert. I would never try them. Now all I can think about is sugar. Well, here's what I did. So I have just a couple pieces here to burn up. These two are pretty punky. I'll probably burn them in there. I don't really have to though, because I got so much good wood over there that I can manage one or two punky ones. So really, I'll let this burn a little, let it get a little later. Because as you can see, the smoke is blowing right towards my shelter, which means if I put the fire right there, I'm gonna have to keep it pretty small, because as you see, there goes a spark. Should have made that fire pit a little farther away. But I got all that firewood processed up. I got quite a nice little pile over here too. So on my 1-inchers, but this is the money pit here, because tomorrow I don't want to be out there sawing. You know, I can go pick up little stuff, but when it's just raining all day, yeah, I don't want to be looking for that. So I plan on saving most of that for tomorrow. Let's see if I actually do. My fire just died down. I had some flame in there, so you could have seen me a little better. I just went and did this whole spiel and then realized I wasn't recording, because I had the other face, you know, on my phone, the other camera on, so I couldn't see myself recording. But all I got to do now is basically pick up and get ready for rain, and I feel like I'm already feeling a couple raindrops, to be honest. Temperature's dropping, so I'm gonna get ready for the rain. So I went to lounge in my shelter and kind of guard my stuff from the sparks that were coming awfully close. See that? They're coming right up over the top, off to the right there. Got plenty of wood. I just it's getting chilly though. Right now it's probably just getting a lot of sparks because I brought over, you know, some of that punky wood that was in the other fire pit when I built this up. So I think I just got to let that burn down, get a nice bed of coals. And then I got, look at this light. I got all that good wood to burn. And that stuff I was showing you that I pulled out of the creek there, turns out that's oak. I went to go split a piece, and I could tell oak because the grain, if you try to split it like the direction, like vertically, you get these little dark flecks. almost like squished ovals, you know, of darker material. That's how I could tell it was oak. So I'm gonna save that stuff for when I really want some heat. But yeah, I'm just lounging. Stocked up on water. Oh, it is getting chilly. And the wind's kind of coming right at me too. But I'll be fine once I get in my sleeping bag. I was trying to see if it would show up on camera, but I saw these stripes of light on my tent, or my tarp, shining through. Turns out, look at that. It's damn near full moon. That thing is bright too. Yeah, it looks full. Looks like the sun is out. It's still dark in the woods though. We're just getting up to tend this pathetic fire. It's not putting out much heat. Not enough for me. Crank it up. I just woke up. I was doing my little thing where I just kind of sit there and lounge in my new and improved sleep system here. Moved a couple things around, but I woke up, the fire was almost dead and it was midnight. I'm like, damn, I dozed off for quite a while. The fire must have been putting out some heat because I didn't even get chilly. I got the fire pretty much stoked up for the night, but I also, oh man, I am so sore. I also got quite a bit of wood left. So, God, freaking attack of the smoke. So I think I'm gonna call it a night and go to bed. I really wish I had something to eat. First of all, something sweet. Second of all, any kind of snack would be really good right now. I don't feel like cooking, but I didn't bring any kind of snack food. Oh well. You can always look forward to breakfast.